hope that you're having a beautiful Thursday. My name is Robin, and I am an intuitive healer and coach. If you are interested in booking a personal reading with me, then you can go to robinshealing.com, or you can also email me or message me and we can set something up. The way that it's set up through my website is the pricing point is $444 for 2 hours or $333 for 1 hour. And the reason why I have that way is because I'm working on teaching people courses. And so if you're booking that way, it's typically based around someone getting certified through the Akashic Records or through Reiki. And all the material is underneath my membership group. You must be a VIP in order to get the Reiki as well as the Akashic Records training. And if you're just looking for the Akashic Records training, there are 2 different programs in there, and you only need to be a pro level, okay? But there's a lot of training in there. I would recommend taking your time with it. And then if you want to be certified, then after you complete enough of the material that you feel confident, then you book in your 1 or 2 hour session with me, and we do coaching that way so that you can essentially show me, excuse me, that you understand the material. Excuse me. So right away, I know there's some throat chakra stuff coming up. I'm asking people if they would like a message, and also we're tuning into the energy of next week, but I can already tell that there's some weekend stuff coming up that's lingering in relation to next week as well, okay? So if you have any questions about any of that training or anything to do with the membership group, just reach out to me. I would love to help. Otherwise, if you're just looking for a quick little reading and you're not interested in any of that coaching, then you could just reach out to me and say, I'm looking for a quick card reading, around 15 minutes or 30 minutes, and I can give you a little bit of a guideline of what that would look like for you, okay? Just want to make sure that that's clear because, again, everybody has different needs, and it's really challenging sometimes to customize things for people as like a general thing. So those prices are mainly there for my coaching and my certifications. Other than that, you can just reach out if you're interested in a personal reading, okay? The queen passed away. Oh, that's tough. I had no idea. And Bonnie would like a message, so let's send anybody that needs extra healing at this time in relation to that, or just in general. Let's take a moment of even silence to send energy out that way. It's interesting, I already called some healing in right before I came on here and could feel that healing was needed, so that's perfect. And whatever that means for you, sending good energy or sending healing, everybody has a different style of doing that. So it just depends on your belief system, but it never hurts to put good energy out there for people. And the more specific you are, the better. Okay. So I have my tarot cards here, and right away I'm getting a lot of tension around my head. So Bonnie, again, you're just bringing up some information in relation to what we can expect for the week. So it's going to be a little more specific to you, but it's still going to relate to everybody else. All right. So I'm hearing to take more time. So if you watch this week's reading, let me know if you already watched this week's reading. I did a painting on it as well. I also last night did a full moon reading. I'm just uploading that to YouTube currently. But if you watch this week's reading, it's really talking about going inward. So I'm getting to absolutely think a little bit more before you're doing things. And it's just really like deciding, okay, I'm going to take like 3 deep breaths before I go into this situation or before I actually make a decision on this. So it's like steering away from being reactive, where we have a full moon on Saturday and we were kind of like building up to that energy. You're going to find that if you don't slow down, then things might feel a little heavy. I believe we're also going into Mercury retrograde on the 9th of September, and so that tells us to slow down. And if we're not slowing down, you might end up with some consequences that could be kind of frustrating or annoying. So we have that combination of the full moon in Pisces, but then we also have that Mercury retrograde aspect. So I think that's absolutely makes sense, the going within, taking more time, okay? Your Reiki teaching is amazing. Thank you. And you only witnessed a few teachings. But underneath my VIP, I have like multiple level 1s with different people. Some are in groups, some are in private. I have a workshop in there. I have multiple level 2s. I have the master level. And so there's like hours and hours around that. And what's nice is when you go in and you want to receive the attunement, when you go to watch the training, you can receive that and you can get some upgrades, which is really great. So even if you have the training, doing some things over is really supportive, especially just doing the healing attunements without retraining yourself in Reiki, just getting that is supportive when you have situations going on. And so what's really nice is you can pause these videos, you can save things for times where you feel like you're ready to advance, and the theta healing is really great that way too, that we do monthly, and of course in the full moon rituals and new moon rituals. And I just posted the full moon ritual today, so now if you're a VIP, you can check that out, and I think that'll be really helpful for people around this time. Okay, so Debbie, well, Bonnie, let's pull up a card because we talked a lot about that, but I feel like we need a card. Okay, so this is really talking about our ability to be extremely independent. So what you're going to be finding is that because you're so self-sufficient, you're going to get what you want. You're going to accomplish what you need. And that's part of like you being able to like read your own cards, do your own Reiki training, develop new skills when you feel like doing it. And I feel like that's really important to feel empowered at this time. Like I'm in control of my own life. And when we recognize that, everything gets better because we're not blaming other people. And one of the things that has been coming up, I believe like in the Lionsgate portal, that was like August 8th, 8/8, around that time, people were getting out of a victim mindset. And we've gone through a lot of ascension, I guess you would say, upgrades. And so as a result of that, you might find that you're taking more accountability and responsibility over your life. So if you're noticing like with this this energy that we're in, we're like, oh, I think I need to like change my diet. I think I need to start doing this. What you're picking up is that you feel more capable of doing that now because you're clearing out a lot of the old stuff. Okay, so please make sure you're doing your rituals around the full moon because that will change how your week goes. It doesn't mean that it's going to go more smoothly. It just means that you're clearing out more stuff. Okay. I thought Mercury retrograde ended on September 9th. Oops. No, I believe that it's just starting. I haven't done a reading on the Mercury retrograde yet, but as far as I know, some of the stuff I've been listening to, I believe it's starting up tomorrow. So I know when I went to do my full moon ritual today, I had to do it 3 times. I did it in our membership group, then I came on here and accidentally did it, and then I went back into the membership group, and it was just weird how things were just like jumping and acting a little strange. I noticed that last night too. So it definitely makes sense why we're feeling this need to, I guess, just stress a little less about schedules and almost expect our schedules to be not working out as well. And you don't want to expect the worst, but it's a mindfulness practice of like, oh, okay, I think maybe I should schedule in like an extra hour here to fit this in, okay? So body, does any of that relate to you? Debbie, we're going to go into a body gratitude card. These are really pretty cards. They're new for me. And they just have like little messages on the back. So if you could take a few deep cleansing breaths, as that's what we're working on right now, is just slowing down before we walk into something. That would be great. Okay. So what can Debbie bring into the energy of this reading? I'm getting like really, really nice energy. Okay. So you have the complex systems my body contains are a wonder. The human body is the most complex system ever created. The more we learn about it, the more appreciation we have about what a rich system it is. Bill Gates. And it's someone reading a book. Okay. And so right away I get that this is related to our self-esteems. And it's telling us that if we can connect a little bit more again inward to where we're feeling like not nurtured, or where we feel like we're not giving ourselves enough TLC, then we can, or fill in the blank. Paying attention to that means that we can kind of start filling up our cup and re-energizing ourselves. So if you haven't noticed, as we're transitioning out of summer, depending where you're living, the air is getting a little bit cooler. We can breathe a little bit better. Some people are going back to school. Their schedules are changing. So you might find that there's an opening for you to start something new. And so asking yourself, what is this new plan? What are you feeling guided towards? And if you don't know what that is, it's a little bit of a reflection time around Mercury retrograde. So all the re's, rewinding, recentering, rebalancing. So that's a good thing that comes from all of these little obstacles, is it forces us to take more time to see where we really want to go. Okay? So thank you for helping us out with that. Yes, it sure does. You're bang on. Thank you. You're welcome, Bonnie. So feel free to share this out, guys, if you want to send other healing messages out to other people, because it's general and it helps everyone. As I said, if you want a personal reading or healing with me, just reach out to me and we can set something up. I have some people that are looking to start doing more classes, and we create that based on what you want. So I pretty much create things. If you want to create a class, I do it for you. And if there's one person or 10 people, it doesn't matter. And then what's nice is our membership group can get a lot of recordings, and that's helpful too. So Crystal, and let me know, Kristen, if you would like a message as well. And Debbie, let me know if that connects. So Crystal. Okay. So again, I want another body message card for you. I feel like a lot of people are really working on their bodies. This Pisces energy that we're in, I'm starting to feel really hot all of a sudden, is like, it's really helping us release a lot of things that are lowering our vibration, it feels. So I can't help but feel like, Crystal, when we tune into you, asking yourself as well, where we're reflecting what is lowering my vibration. And also, who is lowering my vibration? So I think you're going to find this week you're more aware of when you get tired and who makes you tired, and etc. I speak to my body from a place of love and respect. Speak to your body in a loving way. It's the only one you've got. It's your home, and it deserves your respect. And this is really cool. This is about usually like healing affirmations. Louise Hay is really great as well if you want to look her up to find affirmations around anything that you might have going on physically. So if you have like a sore throat or something, you can look up Louise Hay positive affirmations for a sore throat, and it might tell you things that you can say to start healing that. That's just what's coming up. So again, this week, really connect into the physical body and the emotions underneath that, because it does feel like if you're able to say positive things, you're going to feel better, right? Especially if we're feeling stuck as we're transitioning through some of the full moon stuff that you're experiencing. If you do full moon rituals, hopefully you do, because there's a lot of stuff that comes up and it's really good to let it go. Person says yes, please, and you're welcome, Debbie. Does that connect to you, Debbie, or is that just like meh, kind of? It's okay if it doesn't. This is for next week as well, so you might notice that things come up for you throughout the week. And that's why we do things beforehand, to give us a little heads up. And again, Crystal, let me know if any of that connects to you. It feels like the body is really coming up for a lot of people at this time. Pete Chan, you're asking for a message. We're going to go into the body cards. My head feels like it's kind of going everywhere, so you might find that if you do any yoga, you might want to do some yoga at this time. If you do any type of breath work or body work, it's a great time to get that as well. And if you're underneath my membership group, Pro or VIP, then we have last week's yoga classes around very basic beginner, which is really just mindfulness and really working on how we can show our body to relax a bit more. And this week's energy is also telling us about rest and digest. So you have, I respect my body unconditionally. Positive body image isn't believing your body looks good. It's knowing your body is good regardless of how it looks. And we have a little mirror here, okay? This is really talking about feeling powerful and feeling like you can overcome any obstacle that comes your way. And that is a belief system for sure. It might be a great time to get theta healing as well, which is a technique that I use to release basically any blocks that you have and replace it with opening yourself up to new starts and new beginnings. And by agreeing that you want to feel better, you will start to feel better. But again, there's a little bit of work that comes with that. On the 15th of the month in my membership group, we do theta healing downloads just specifically to what you're sharing in our group and around your energy as well. And then you can watch it at your own time. This is really talking about growing emotionally too. If you find you're nervous to overcome an obstacle, trust that some of that nervousness isn't a bad thing either. It's normal to have fears. So if any fears are coming up for you this week, make sure again that you're just noting it. And if you don't want to deal with it now, it's just being aware that at some point you might want to. And it's just kind of like mentally noting things, okay? So let me know if that connects to you. Again, it might be coming up. Thank you. Certainly hits home. Struggling with my postpartum body. Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. That's something that a lot of women go through. And Debbie's saying that does connect. Wonderful. Crystal's, oh my goodness, this all speaking to me. Yes, because it's all general messages for everyone throughout the week. And again, if you just want to become a beginner in the membership group, you can take advantage of all the cool stuff that we have going on in there. It's nice to be a part of group settings, and then I kind of do free bonuses and additional stuff in there. You're guaranteed to get the new moon ritual with theta healing. You're also guaranteed to get the guided meditation and then any content that's already there. And I'll support you guys as much as I can throughout. All right. So $11.11, can't go wrong. So Crystal, when we go into that postpartum energy, what I'm feeling like is kind of what we just said about overcoming some of those fears, right? We're kind of like breaking through some barriers and some walls for sure. So if you need some support with that, I would do like a 20-minute reading for you and do any additional clearings that are coming up for you. So if you feel called to that, just inbox me and I'll just let you know a little bit more about it, okay? But we all need support that way. It's really important. Yes, it does make so much sense. You're welcome. Okay, so Kristen, are you still there? Just let me know. And we'll go into you. So, Kristen, I know you were doing free yoga today. I didn't get to it. I've had getting back into my products has gotten me kind of like back to being really busy because we've been taking a little bit of time for ourselves as we've been healing through a loss, multiple losses, and yeah, a lot of stuff going on. But with all these negative things, we've had a lot of positive things going on. My husband just got promoted in his job, which is awesome. We, just went to a Pearl Jam concert, which was awesome. We're going to a wedding this weekend. So I'm noticing that the energy for myself as well is just like it's the up and downs, right? And as I did a reading last night about the full moon, talking about our extreme highs and our extreme lows. When I did my ritual today in our group setting, I'm just about to burn mine and my husband's ritual. I asked to kind of release those extreme positives and those extreme negatives, so that I feel like the ride is a little bit more smooth, right? So yeah, if you also are being called to a product recommendation or you already know what products you would like, let me know. It's $20 for shipping if you're not coming to pick it up, but the package is whatever size, so it's like the $20 is you're paying for a huge box. Unless it's a very small item, then it's like $6 or so, but I just want to throw that out there with how some of the products are working. It's quite time consuming for me to make the products, buy all the ingredients, do all the research, do the recommendations, do the healing, but I'm feeling like this is really supportive for people who are going through something like, we'll say, postpartum or menopause, or it could even be the extreme highs and the extreme lows. I currently have a turmeric root, which I'm making a tincture out of. I had my psychic, she was asking me, she's giving lots of recommendations to her clients because she doesn't make that stuff, but she knows what people need. So as a result of that, I'm making stuff for liver cleanses, for general cleansing, detox cleansing, and some stuff around the heart, anything that's helpful for the heart health. So again, I have lots of stuff related to that if you're feeling called to any of that. Dandelion root is the one that I'm currently bottling. It's really helpful for someone who is not just cleaning out the liver, but someone who is going through that process where you really want to get rid of anything yucky that's stuck in your body. And if you don't go through like a cleanse like that every now and again, you might find there's more anger or frustration. And it's not just around like the full moon, it's like you've got some stuff going on. So again, how we're letting go of things can affect our body, and that's where the Louise Hay stuff can be helpful and what we're saying about ourselves. So you're welcome, Crystal. Anything relevant to throat thyroid? Yeah. Okay. So Kristen, let's see what comes up here. We have like there's a lot of elegance and beauty coming through with you. And the moon, the Luna cycles, the Luna moon is all about the feminine, all about the intuition. So around this time, what we want to do is honor the feminine. And so how do we honor the feminine? It's embracing that within ourselves, especially if we are feminine. But if we're a man, we can still honor that within ourselves as well. It might be that we need to be a little more sensitive towards what we're putting into our body. And as a female, it might be being a little bit more creative in how you're releasing your stress. So again, dance, or more like when you're doing yoga, it might be more flow. It might be sometimes stillness, like yoga nidra or a mindfulness practice, but other times it's really letting things go through moving the physical body as you breathe, which is amazing. So get really creative in how you're choosing to let go of anything that you're experiencing and keep moving the energy. So you're asking about a specific health issue. That's where you can inbox me, and you can be even more specific if you want to, and I will absolutely do a little recommendation for you. What I like to do is do a video so everybody else can see the products that I have in case somebody else is interested in that. And I'll often put those underneath my YouTube channel as well, just so people can start seeing what I have. So I would love to do that for you. Yeah, that feels good. Feels like there might be somebody else coming up. So last card here, just to finalize, my eyes are getting really sore as well, so it might be somebody watching on the replay as well. But it feels like tension is coming up, tension around other people. So we were just talking about Mercury retrograde. There's often more conflict. It's not to scare you, it's just to help you become more aware of, to steer clear of people who naturally trigger you. Say you have an issue with your mother, you know, she's always driving you crazy, telling you how you need to wear your hair or what you need to do. And it might be a time to like not schedule her to come over for dinner over the next couple weeks, we'll just say, okay? So this is also getting into a little bit more of a future reading, not just the weekend, but this is really talking about our balance and balancing our yin and our yang, or yin and yang, and the right and the left side of the brain. So yes, we need to tap into that intuition, but then we also need to really come up with solid plans too. So it's great that you're releasing stuff at this time, but as we transition into later on in next week and possibly into the next following week, you're going to find like, okay, I need to adapt to this new lifestyle. And if I don't, it's not going to be pretty. Crap's going to hit the fan. So like I have to put plans into a solid foundation for myself. And that can be a little scary for some people to really commit to their practices or commit to their journey. But once you do, you're going to find that you will adjust over time, okay? So we do these things to help ourselves. It might not be comfortable. And again, that's where some of the products come up. I have some things that might be helpful for you to create a little bit of comfort for you, as well as some grounding exercises, not just in my membership group, but underneath my YouTube channel as well, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed that weekly. Hopefully it makes sense to you. We're feeling like a lot of emotions at this time that need to be put into something. So what are some things that you like to do? Is it writing? Is it channeling yourself? Do you like to read cards? That sort of thing. Do you have some practices that you could start putting into place that you kind of haven't been doing, maybe been procrastinating? For me, I'm just getting back onto my health routines as well, starting to use a lot more of my own products, and not just not just like the health routines, but it's also the relationship routines. Maybe you've lost touch with how you communicate with your partner. Maybe you feel like you've lost touch with, again, your physical body and that intimacy. And then as we look a little bit more into the future, it feels like it's about having some deeper connection work, not just with yourself, but with others too. It's kind of like, okay, we need to get down to business. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens in our new moon coming up in a couple weeks as well. I feel like that one's going to be even more intense than this full moon is. All right, guys, namaste, take care, and thanks so much for all those who also share this out and like it. Bye-bye.